How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Prem de la Creme. We had a lot of World Cup games that just happened over the past 24 hours. Some big games, some groups that have all to play for still. Some other groups where not the favorites are now in a favorable position. Also, we have some breaking news, in just general breaking news in the world of football. Marc Cucurella to Real Madrid. Here we go. We got Big Prem in the building. He's going to obviously unpack that. Being a Chelsea fan, I'm sure he has a lot to say about that. About that, I would want to say signing. A lot of people say signing after the year we go. Nothing is confirmed yet. Okay, we've heard here we goes before, and players haven't gone to the clubs. So for now, let's just say a potential signing. We have Mac Saeed also in the building. Mac, I must come to you first. How are we doing on this fine Sunday evening?
I'm doing well, bro. Excited again to get into a whole review of matches, a long lineup of matches to go through, and also previews. I'm excited. It's good to be back with Pav and you.
Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. And Mr. Pav, man of the hour, actually, because of the breaking news. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. We'll get on to the transfer business. There was also a lot of shocks yesterday as well in the World Cup, specifically the first game of the day and the last game of the day. Two big results there with Qatar and Switzerland, and Australia beating Turkey. But we'll get into everything. There was also one of the top 10 matches of the World Cup group stage, in my opinion. Brazil versus Morocco. We have a lot to sink our teeth into. And the Here We Go Bomba. It's going to be a great show.
It definitely is going to be a great show. Everybody that just joined the lives as well, make sure you like, make sure you follow, make sure you repost. And then let's get this show on the road. So let's start off, obviously, with the bomba, right? Exclusive Marc Cucurella to Real Madrid from Chelsea. Apparently, in Fabrizio's tweet, it says done, and here we go. Not just here we go. So the surprise move is agreed between Real Madrid and Chelsea. Spanish left back to move for a fee worth over 500 million euros. Cucurella has already accepted the move and is ready for Real Madrid. Pav, what do you make of this signing?
I'm going to start off with the Chelsea view, and then we can get into the Real Madrid view. But I don't like it because we lose Cucurella. We lose one of our most experienced, tactically versatile players, one of our best players the season prior as well. And we're losing him for a fee that was less than what we signed Cucurella for. And whatever the money is, we're trusting these directors and these owners that have assembled the squad that they have that have led to these failed projects year on year to replace him. Do I think that they're going to do that adequately? No, definitely not. My faith is at absolutely zero. So I think a lot of people want to talk about Cucurella's limitations as a player and, oh, he hasn't been on the best form. You know who's also not been on the best form this season? Every single player in the squad. The reason why people are comfortable with selling Cucurella is because in the transfer mill, people are saying, oh, Cucurella might go here, they might go there. So fans automatically tell themselves, yes, this is the right move. Our club is doing the right thing. This is the best possible option because they want to feel assured that the club knows what it's doing, which I can't blame fans too much for. I'm just not buying it. So it's a poor transfer. At the end of the day, if we're in the situation that we're in as Chelsea Football Club, we need to get back to where we were in terms of consistently competing, not even for titles, but getting into the top four year on year, which we haven't done since, I would say, obviously Clear Lake coming in. But even in the past, we would be in Europa League sometimes. We would be in the Champions League sometimes. It was a very seesaw sort of level that we were at ever since, I would say, Jose Mourinho in the 15-16 season. If we're going to get back there, hold on to your best players. It's the other guys that you need to offload, that you need to replace, that you need to upgrade on. You're not taking out one great player to then add in another great player. It's not going to work that way. And great player is relative because who are we going to sign? So I'm not happy with this one bit.
Yeah, I mean, let me throw it over to Mac also because, yeah, I think we can all agree that Marc Cucurella is a top five, probably left back in the world. And I think in terms of the Premier League, maybe for the past two seasons, you can argue he's been the best left back in the Premier League as well.
Nico O'Reilly was definitely better than him this season. And there's guys like Lewis Hall. Like, you can give a list, right? And I would say, okay, maybe that guy's better. Maybe that guy's better. But it's just one of those things where, again, don't sell him unprompted. And if he wants out, think about why he wants out. That's the other thing. That's the other key reason why Cucurella was sold, and probably why he was sold for the fee that he was sold at a loss, was because he wanted to get out of Chelsea Football Club and get out of our project. Why do you think that is? It's because it's redundant. It's the same story every single year. We sign a bunch of young players, and some of these players are talented, some of them are not, but then they're thrown into this environment that is not conducive to their development. And then we expect big things. And eventually the squad peters out mentally, physically. The quality of players is exposed in the second half of the season because we don't sign enough good players. It's a problem. And that's why Cucurella wants to leave. So you know what? He got his move and he upgraded in his situation.
Oof. But now, Marc, does this now start a trend then maybe with other world-class players at Chelsea, like Enzo, for example?
Yeah, I think it plays a major part in it. Like a lot of them are going to see Cucurella as this experience, one of the senior players in the team, and they're going to definitely miss it. They're seeing such a senior figure go. That will definitely tell something in their minds, thinking like, why are we here? Why are we playing for Chelsea Football Club? Are we going to win trophies? Are we going to get success? Are we going to get anything out of this? It's a major question mark in all of that, especially like you mentioned, Enzo. Is Man City going to come in on a massive offer? I don't even think Man City have to come in with a massive offer. The blue coat team will be just like 80 million, 60 million, I'll take him. Literally, that's how they're moving.
Yeah,
they're like if nobody,
they're like if nobody, like Prem said.
Like, bro, they're like if nobody wants to be here, we'll let you go. Okay. Let's say that you're a guy and you're trying to hold on to a relationship that you have, right? And every single girl, you're like, well, if you don't want to be in a relationship with me, you can just go. And you're in like 5 different relationships that last like a month each, and you're telling them that. And they're like, okay, I'll leave. At some point, you need to have some introspection and realize maybe I'm the problem here.
100%.
Maybe I'm the reason why I can't hold on to a long-term relationship. Maybe it's my fault. You got to start thinking that way.
At this point, they're literally playing the sugar daddy role. Spend $1 billion, let them go for $1 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and just operate at a loss.
Crazy to hear that from Chelsea's perspective too.
Yeah, but it's very interesting the fact that the news came out now. You would have thought maybe during the World Cup, transfer news won't be making the headlines. Do you think this is something Fabrizio was just again like in typical Fabrizio fashion? They said, let's keep it quiet for now. Fabrizio said, no, bro, I want my clicks. Like, it's such a weird time to break this news. Or is it normal for transfer news to happen during the World Cup like this?
Shout out to Real Madrid fans, because they were saying for the first time in however long, they don't have a single Real Madrid player in the Spain squad. Well, guess what? That has just changed.
That's true.
Yeah, I am CeeLo saying, Pav, we own your club.
Started.
Yeah, I am CeeLo saying, Pav, we own your club. I mean, it depends. Is Cucurella going to be a Hazard transfer, or is he going to be a Courtois transfer? I don't think he's going to be either, but I think he's going to be a positive for Real Madrid. And I think it says something that they're signing so many tactically strong players, guys like Cucurella and Bernardo Silva, Denzel Dumfries. I don't think any of these players individually are incredible, but I think if you put them together...
I forgot Konate.
Yeah, and Konate. You put enough of those guys together, you can have a team that will support those world-class players up front and really build that infrastructure. So do I trust that Jose tactically is going to put that together? Maybe not, but there's enough pieces there that somebody can come along after him and really put it together.
Yeah, no, for sure. Now, with all that, obviously there's so much we can talk about still. Chelsea is like an endless book with multiple pages. So, in the interest of time, we're gonna close that book. We'll come back to it in a couple, probably in 2 months' time when the season's about to start again. But unless you never know, something could be breaking news again tomorrow at Chelsea. But let's talk about some of the games that happened already, right? Because we're gonna have to review a couple of games before we preview games. One of them being the Germany-Curacao game, which will take place in the next 30 minutes. Maybe we should actually start off with that preview, then we review. Because that game might start by the time we're previewing it. So the games that we will be walking through, first of all, is going to be Canada-Bosnia, USA-Paraguay, Qatar-Switzerland, Brazil-Morocco, Haiti-Scotland, and Australia-Turkey. those were the games that happened. We're going to be just reviewing those games. Any players that caught your eye, any tactical decisions that make you believe now that this team could be having a good World Cup ahead of them, or still a lot of question marks ahead. The games that we will be previewing: Germany, Curacao, Netherlands, Japan. That's a tasty one. I hope that's in everyone else's top 10 games also for the group stages, because in mine personally. Ivory Coast, Ecuador. That's also a tasty one. Don't sleep at that game. 1 o'clock in the morning. Is that worth it? 50-50. So Sweden, Tunisia, Spain, and Capo Verde, Belgium, Egypt. That's an interesting one as well. Saudi Arabia, Uruguay, and Iran, New Zealand. Those will be the games we'll be previewing. But those games as well, it doesn't have to be crazy previews like Iran, New Zealand. We all know New Zealand, they just to grab their participation medal. That's in rugby. So we'll have to wait and see if they can maybe do a Haiti sort of move, because Haiti is also good at rugby. So firstly, let's talk about Germany, Curacao. Okay, the lineups are out. We got Manuel Neuer starting. Joshua Kimmich again in his traditional right back role for Germany. I don't know why he doesn't want to be in the CDM position. And you know what's funny, there, Mac, when we're doing our draft, I put Kimmich at right back.
Yeah, you did. I remember.
Obviously, some other good players there.
A lot of German fans say that Kimmich is better actually as a right back than as a CDM. So that's interesting. I think the biggest two players that I'm going to be keeping my eye on in this game, though, are going to be Felix Meka in the midfield with Alexander Pavlovic and Leroy Sané. Because if Sané can be somewhat threatening, that's going to be huge for Germany because they lack width. You see Florian Wirtz playing on that left wing. And Meka, you have options like, we thought that Leon Goretzka would be starting for Germany. We thought that if not him, then Angelo Stiller. So to see Meka come in is interesting as a selection. So if he can kind of be that box-to-box midfielder and Pavlovic maybe sits a little bit deeper and they have a good spine, then Germany can definitely do things. I think my top 6 favorites for the World Cup didn't include Germany after watching that Brazil display. If not even after this game, if Germany do well in this group, I think you'll see them go far.
Oof. Interesting.
It's possible.
Mac?
It's possible. I don't think in this game we have anything to look forward to. It's just going to be a straight Germany hammering.
We said that.
I'm a Premier League player in Curacao.
I get that. They have some sort of talent and potential. And Dick Advocat, don't play that guy down. But no, I think Germany is going to have too much firepower for them. They're going to be too strong in every department. So one dude, comfortable Germany win.
Yeah. One dude I will be looking out for, actually. His name is Livano Comencia. Shout out to him. He was a lone player for me in my Football Manager Basel save. He was a versatile guy, could kind of play everywhere. I put him at center back. I put him at full back. I put him in the midfield. So, Comencia, shout out to you. I'm hoping for a good game from you. I'll be cheering for you on the sidelines. But that being said, I do think that Germany will win. But I'm not going to be arrogant like I was in Spain versus Qatar, because we saw how that turned out. Or Switzerland versus Qatar. Sorry, my bad. They were so bad I forgot which country played. So profligate.
People are saying
I think this match, you can say Curacao is a weaker team by miles. Qatar, on the other hand, they have some stature towards them. But Curacao, you know what I'm saying? It's not looking good, bro.
No.
Remind me, is this Curaçao's first World Cup? I should have actually done some research on it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
So,
also,
so Mac's statement is kind of right.
Yeah. Also, Jamal Musiala. That's going to be another big story, because you have Jamal Musiala, you got Florian Wirtz, and you got Leroy Sané as your kind of attacking three with Kai Havertz up top. Those three players have all underperformed this season. Musiala obviously coming back from that horrible ankle break. Wirtz being off form, Sané being at Galatasaray now. The question is going to be how good do those three look? Again, not just in this game against Curacao, but in one of the groups of death of this tournament where you have the Ivory Coast and you have Ecuador, two teams that are seen as dark horses. I think seeing them get off to a hot start in this game is going to be huge. If they win 1-0, 2-0, I think nerves might set in. But if it becomes a 5, 6, 7-0, then you can carry some confidence into your next games against those other two teams.
Yeah, you don't want them to do something similar to, like Switzerland. Where
And
they
get
just need
caught
to
on the
tuck away
back
their
six.
chances. Yeah,
With even
yeah.
more expectations. With even more expectations than the Swiss team.
Yeah. Because this Germany team, they've disappointed in a couple of the World Cups. This 2022 World Cup, especially.
The past two World Cups, bro. In
Yeah,
general.
they got
Past two
grouped in
World Cups.
both.
Yeah. So yeah. So I think this team definitely has the potential to get out of the group for sure. Who else is in this group again? It's Netherlands and
Ecuador and the
Japan.
Ivory Coast.
Oh shit! My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Group F. I said that wrong. Yeah,
We
I
are
mean,
seeing the Dutch
surely.
versus Japan, though, today.
Yeah. But Ivory Coast, right? Like, okay, we'll touch on the Morocco-Brazil game, but African football, I think it's getting stronger and stronger every World Cup. Ivory Coast, many people believe, are on par with Morocco, so it will be very interesting to see them up against Ecuador, who came in with this amazing defensive record as well. We'll touch on them in due time. So Germany, Curacao. Just to conclude with this preview, what are our predictions going to be? Let's just finalize that, and then we can move on. So start off with Bev.
I said 7-0 in my predictor, but since I've kind of gone for the jugular on these predictions and they haven't turned out really well, I'm going to just go with a calm. I'm going to go 4-0. If it doesn't work, here's what I'm going to say. Everybody has 20/20 eyesight. Saying 4-0 Germany against Curacao is a pretty tame prediction. So don't come to me if Nagelsmann bottles it.
Mac, are you going to be with me and we're going to be one step less aggressive and be humble? 3-0?
Nah, I think I'm staying with Pav on this one. Huh? I was also going to predict a 4-0. I think 4-0 is a good enough score. I don't think they can win 6 or 7 purely on the basis it's the first World Cup game. They have to get accustomed to the whole World Cup surroundings, again, that type of thing, adapt to the whole situation. So I think 4-0, 4 goals to score in your first game is good enough for Germany.
Yeah.
In general, in this World Cup, only one team has scored more than 2 goals so far, being the USA. Everyone else only got a maximum of 2 in a lot of 1-goal teams. So yeah, I'm going to say 3-0. I do think Germany should have a comfortable game, just because of the fact there's levels to this game, right? As much as the Curacao team are mainly Dutch, right? Maybe only one player was born on the island. Someone mentioned it here as well. I think
Yeah,
we
it's
will
Chong.
have a Germany.
Out of all the players, it's Chong, bro. He's the only one.
Oh my goodness.
Come and see
I'm
I
going to
got
stick with
something.
3-0.
Come and see I got something. Just watch.
Okay, let's move on then, right? So let's do some reviews. Let's start off with the Pav derby, right? We got Canada versus Bosnia. That was a 1-1. Pav, what did you make of the game?
Man, some of the beautiful games that we've seen of football this season and the sophistication that we've seen from some of these teams. And I was kind of watching Canada versus Bosnia going, this is the equivalent of watching 2 Neanderthals just banging on sticks and rocks all game, especially Bosnia. Listen, both teams, I think looking back at it, Canada were the better side. I thought in the second half, Kone, who we pointed out in the preview, he got a hold of the game. I thought that, what's his name? Estacio, I thought he did well too. Bosnia were just physical. They were resolute. They got the goal from the set piece. Muharemovic did quite well, but he did make a little mistake for Canada's goal. Kyle Larin scoring, but it was off an unlucky deflection. I thought that Bajrak Terovic didn't do too much. He instead had to be a very defensive presence. Dzeko not playing was huge, but overall, it was just a case of Canada were wasteful. Their striker and Jonathan David so off form that when he hits the ball, he needs to hit it a couple times before he can get in the back of the net. And Bosnia did what they had to do. They got a result. They got their first point in World Cup history. And now with the group being wide open, they have a real chance of going through. Canada have a real chance of going through. Everybody has an opportunity. It's an even playing field. So it's going to be interesting. Group B will come down to the wire.
It will. Mac, you have anything else to add on top of the Bosnia-Canada game?
Not really. I wasn't one to be privileged to watch this game. I was playing football at that time. But I respect Pav's views, and I think Pav carried us really well.
Yeah,
you know what?
Pav, we appreciate it.
Mac, if you watch the US game, maybe you can give us the insight into that, because at one point I just had
that. I definitely watched.
Yeah. So we can move on to that one. So Mac, USA 4, Paraguay 1. I think they as much as we all believe maybe USA would probably get the edge 4-1. Was that always on the cards?
Oh, I didn't see that coming. I think this is arguably so far the best game we've seen at the World Cup. I know it was one-sided, but the pure like impetus, like USA, I know they're at home. The way they impose themselves on what you call it, would you play it again? No. Oh,
Paraguay.
see, I even forgot about that. Paraguay. The way they imposed themselves on Paraguay, bro, it was amazing. Like Pulisic was literally on it. They couldn't put a single tackle in. To me, for Paraguay to come into a tournament with one of the best defenses, bro, USA just said, "Sit down, little boy. I'm taking this home." Imagine that's how it was. Literally everything. Weston McKennie, I've never seen this guy even ball out like this before. He was literally on the front foot. Pulisic. Oh, even that goal with Gio Reyna at the end. I think he was even surprised he scored a goal.
You know what?
That's how mad it was.
You know what? Credit to SoFi, credit to the fans, because they made a really intimidating atmosphere for Paraguay. Because you could tell Paraguay, they want to sit there, they want to be resolute. They're box defending. It was like their families were being held hostage. It was like, oh, we can't defend too hard, guys. We can't do that. It was ridiculous. Yeah. I do have to say the fans really did well. The USA, they just played with an intensity and an openness that if you do that and you have the tools at your disposal, like guys like Pulisic are still good, right? Guys like Florian Balogun are still, it's a good level striker, right? They have some good pieces on the field. Weston McKennie and Tyler Adams. I actually think that Tyler Adams is the better of the two. That's a solid enough midfield. Chris Richards, very good center back for Crystal Palace. They just have good enough pieces. Malik Tillman, who arguably could have been the man of the match. Yeah. If you just have good enough pieces and you play an open enough style and you play a bad enough team, you can do really well.
Yep. Yeah, I think they did very well in those half spaces, getting behind the Paraguay defense. They were absolutely shocked. Like they didn't know what to do. They didn't know whether to go or come, basically.
Yeah, no, they were shook.
Then we're gonna then head over right to shocking result. I'm not gonna just say it's any game. This is gonna be the Qatar vs Switzerland game, right? Qatar getting their first ever World Cup point. Obviously, this is only their second appearance, but Switzerland, they are gonna obviously rue the day they missed out on an opportunity to beat Qatar because 27 shots to Qatar's 5. 10 on target to Qatar's 3, 70% possession to Qatar's 30. It just over double the amount of passes. Crazy.
Yeah, that's a clear example of them shafting themselves. Literally. Yeah.
Dan and Doy missed so many chances in that game as well. So many. So wasteful. Abasher should have scored as well on an open net, but instead he passed it right into the defenders.
Yes, right in front. There's so many guys you can actually name that had chances. But kudos to the keeper, fair play team. Some of the saves he made are some big saves, especially since it's his first World Cup. You know what I mean? It's a massive achievement for him.
Yeah. No, it was a good performance by him as well. And then even let's give credit to Myro Muhim, right? Oh shit, that was an own goal. But it was so they gave it an own goal because I swear the Qatar player they registered it as his goal first. So they didn't give it to Qatar.
I don't know. I thought it was a goal, but anyways.
Okay. Yeah, I see it's registered as an own goal, yeah. But anyway.
But Qatar never give up. That shows if you're still in the game with the 1-goal lead. You fight till the end, and anything can literally happen, and that's proof in front of our eyes.
Honestly, no, it was a good game, and that also means for Group B, yeah, like we mentioned already, wide open. Everyone's on 1 point. Everyone's on the same goal difference. Everyone's on the same goal scored. Yeah, no one. And I'm going to give you guys an opportunity here. Then again, like, who do you think tops the group? Who comes second and who comes third? Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, Switzerland.
I still think Switzerland will top the group.
I agree. I think the thing is the level that we saw from Bosnia and Canada both. Switzerland just have too much tactical infrastructure. And I think the odds of them playing the way that they did against Qatar, and if you played that game 99 times, I think, or sorry, 100 times, 99 of those times, they would have scored more than one. So
Yeah.
I think Bosnia will be the tough one because in that back three shape, how are you going to unlock them defensively? I think that could be difficult. I think against Canada, Switzerland would actually have a better chance, but I still think that Switzerland have enough to get through. I think that Canada can beat Qatar and get 4 points. Will Bosnia have the offensive firepower to beat Qatar? Because we saw them be defensively resolute. I think that's the thing. I think Bosnia could easily come away from this group with only 2 points and then drop out of the World Cup. Canada could beat Qatar and go through on 4 in second.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Moving on then to Group C, Brazil versus Morocco, 1-1. Good football. I think the majority of the good football was played in the first 45 minutes, but second half wasn't too bad as well, but then a lot more action towards the end. But yeah, Brazil, Morocco. I mean, I'll give it over to Mac first, right? Because there was a player that caught the eye from everyone, including people who don't typically watch football. They said, "Who is this guy?" Oh, he's an 18-year-old. What do you mean he's only 18? Mac, tell me more about Ayoub Boadi.
What a player, bro. I think everyone needs to remember this guy's name. Imagine turning down France to play for Morocco at 18 at the World Cup. Man had, firstly, the balls to do that. Secondly, to turn up in his first match against Brazil. Bro, he is something else. We can see what a crazy potential he has going forward. You know the amount of times he got the ball. Normally when you get the ball on the half turn, just stand, maybe play back to your centre back or your right back or your left back, just to keep control of the ball. The amount of confidence he had on the ball to turn quickly, take those progressive runs going into the midfield, spraying the ball literally from one side to the other. Bro, you think this guy's Tony Cruz or something? That's how good he was on the ball. He was literally like magnificent. He had everything to his game, and there's a reason why every single team is going for this guy. He has the talent, and he definitely shocked the world and showed what it's made of.
I think the
Adam?
willingness to take
Yeah,
responsibility. I think the willingness to take responsibility is the biggest thing you want from your number 6. Somebody who's not going to shy away. I think he was great. I think he had a great debut. He was the man of the match in that game as well. I think in possession, he was like a little bit safe with his passing. I said in my review, press resistant, the way that he was able to play out of pressure, but Brazil didn't really press him too hard. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when somebody really tries to stick on him. But that being said, if you have the mentality mentally and the calmness and the composure and kind of the arrogance to get on the ball repeatedly and try and make something happen, you're going to go to the top. And it's games like these that are going to propel you from being a interesting little wonder kid that, is on people's radars, but he hasn't really blown up yet. This is where you go from that to being, okay, is PSG going to sign this guy? Is Arsenal going to sign this guy? Is Real Madrid going to sign this guy? So that's what this tournament is as an opportunity for players.
Yeah. And, I mean, Mac, you touched on this with Hamza and myself. When it came to all African countries be able to compete and actually maybe have possibilities to win World Cups, the development, right? Morocco, they obviously have a team now full of players who, not full, but majority of the players have come from Spain's development, France's development, these neighboring European countries, Portugal.
Every single player is born in Europe in that team. Okay. Every single player. Not one player is born in Africa. So the structure and development,
your point.
You can clearly see, it clearly transfers over to African football. If some of these players were still in Africa and coming through those development systems, bro, I don't think they'll be at the level they're at. Coming through all these different academies, bro, PSG, Ajax, you name it, bro. Real Madrid, bro. Ashraf Hakimi, the best right back, came through Real Madrid. Imagine, coming through these academies is definitely going to set you up for a bright future. But if you're coming through Africa, no disrespect, bro, to Raja Casablanca and Wydad Casablanca and all they top teams here in Africa. But in terms of development and structure, this is the gap, bro. It's massive. There's still a lot for us to invest in to get to that level. And Morocco, fair play to them. They went out, did their research, got their players, and this is their way of coming back off that 2022 World Cup. They made it to the semi-final. Who knows? Maybe they'll push it one further and get to the final. We don't know. But fair play to them. And also credit to them after the manager leaving straight after the AFCON. They bring in the manager from the under-20s and he cements his system. Like, bro, it literally flows like ease. It's not even a difficult system to go in. I was quite disappointed though in the second half. He basically went to a 4-4-2 and sat back in a low block. And then Ancelotti kind of did the same. He didn't do a 4-4-2 low block. He changed his defensive principles, but I felt they like loggerheads again in the second half. No one wanted to attack. Defense was on point. I think they were just happy for the 1-1 draw. I don't know what you guys think about that, but that's what I felt. I was quite disappointed in the second half. It became like a boring affair in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, like even like you can't be playing Fabinho in 2026, bro. Like I think Brazil, they are in desperate need of a solid midfield because even Bruno Guimaraes, like since the turn of the year, he hasn't been up to par. Without we know he started the season quite well in the Premier League. Casemiro is an unk, Fabinho is an unk, Lucas Paqueta just got relegated. It's like who is in that engine room for Brazil right now?
You know who could have been? Andres Santos for Chelsea. I'm not saying that he would have been anything incredible, right? But him and Bruno Guimaraes, you could put those two together, same way that you could put Endrick up top, same way that you could put Ryan on the wing and you put Rafinha in at the 10. You could put these young players together, let them develop. Two of the most recent World Cup champions, Germany and France, both did that the tournament prior. Germany in 2010 when they brought in so many of their young players. France in 2014 when they also brought so many of their young players and allowed them to mesh. That way, the next World Cup, these guys already have so much experience playing together. They've grown. Hopefully, they've grown for their clubs as well. And then you don't have this issue where you have this turgid combination of players that are washed like Casemiro and Fabinho. And I'm going to go as far as to say Lucas Paqueta, but also so many of these mid utility players as well. Igor Thiago is a good guy to bring off the bench as a box presence. You know, when you need a goal and you're down and the other team is sitting back. But as your first option, no. And that's the other thing. João Pedro is sitting at home. Lucas Paqueta, why is he there? You look at Danilo Santos coming on in the midfield. Who is he? Luis Henrique. Is he the guy, really? It's mid players. If you want to, and the thing is as well is it would be one thing if Brazil got Thomas Tuchel. This, tactically intricate coach that wants to make these really solid systems and he wants to bring in, these kind of bit part players. You can sort of get behind that. But instead it's Carlo Ancelotti, who's Mr. Laissez-faire, let the talent be the talent. That's who he is. But if the talent's not there, then what are you left with? So that's the major issue is I think Carlo needs to go with, again, Ryan on the wing, Endrick up top, Ederson maybe in the midfield over somebody like Casemiro. You put Rafinha in the 10. Now, the big thing about Rafinha is he's the least lazy player out of those four. So he'll press, he'll play. Ryan also plays for a pressing side with Iraola last season in Bournemouth. Vinny. Have him play. He played great. That's the type of performance you need from him. If he's going to perform like that the entire World Cup, then the possibility of running deep is certainly there. But you just need to forego these formalities of players and put the talent in.
Speaking of that, I see someone mentioned Cunha. Does Cunha make your starting 11 in any way?
Cunha can come in for me, Cunha has always been kind of a player for Brazil where when I watch him, I'm like, he's not great. Play him, put him in as a sub, as an impact player. He's somebody who will move around. He'll be mobile, dribble, interplay with players, but he's not for me a guy that I would hang my hat on for this Brazil team.
Interesting.
I think the ideal midfield should be Bruno Guimaraes. Paqueta can play the 8 and Rafinha in the 10. I agree with Pav. He has that creativity. He's always going to work hard for you. And he's always going to bring that little bit of uncertainty where you don't know what he's going to do. So it will catch defenses out of nowhere. So I think, Rafinha in the 10 will bring something to them.
Endrick is also a very smart player. that Rafinha can play off of centrally, which I think could really work, right? I wouldn't start Paqueta at all. For me, I wouldn't have even called up Paqueta. I don't know why he's there. I seriously don't. I think if I had to pick at like a number 8 and have Guimaraes play as a 6, I would pick Ederson, honestly.
Someone asked you also, does Hendrik start? So I think that's what we were
I
waiting
think he
for.
does. Yeah.
Yeah, because you got Thiago. There's a running
I
joke
don't
happening in the football
understand.
space. This guy only plays well when you don't look at him. When everyone
No,
looks,
but
when
like,
everyone
I
knows
don't
he's
un-
playing and watches him, he doesn't do well.
I don't understand, like, how are these coaches starting? He got nothing to in his game besides penalties.
I actually think he's decent.
Literally.
Yeah, I think he's
Not-
decent,
not to be
actually.
starting for
He's
Brazil.
not a false 9, bro. He's a false footballer.
False tank.
Yeah, because when I see him, Pav, it's like Max says, it's like, what does he offer you? Okay, maybe there's something you see in him that we don't see. It's like he doesn't offer me as a Brazilian, right? Look at the nation he's playing for. He's not one of these other Scandinavian type countries where
I think he has the
more of his
work
profile.
rate to work when you're off the ball. But other than that, I don't really see anything. And he's a striker. You need to be delivering by scoring goals. Not only, you know what I'm saying, defending off the ball. So we need more from him.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, we're gonna move on then from Brazil, Morocco. We'll go then to Scotland, right? And that's gonna be John McGinn's game, right? John McGinn scoring Scotland's only goal, and Scotland registering their first World Cup win in 36 years, right? But it didn't come easy. Lots of people are under the impression, and I think it's a valid impression, to say that Scotland basically edged Haiti. Haiti was there. They brought the fight to Scotland as well. 13 shots from Haiti, 8 from Scotland, 3 shots on target, each possession split evenly at 50%. Passes to 391 to Scotland's 373. So it looked like it was a tight game, and Haiti might now. Okay, so Scotland won the game, Haiti won our hearts. That's the headline. What do you guys make of the game?
That's the beauty of the World Cup, right? It's an opportunity to showcase yourself on the biggest stage in sports. Yes, they didn't get the win, but they played very well. And it becomes an opportunity for them to move on, right, to future tournaments. Gold Cup, I guess maybe not the Copa America. I don't know if they would qualify for that, but especially in the Gold Cup, next World Cup, qualify for that potentially. That's what it is. It's an opportunity for a birth of a football culture for so many of these nations, right? So that's the biggest thing for them, is just hold your heads high. They played well. Scotland, I would be concerned about the fact that they only won 1-0, and they looked as unconvincing as they did as well. I didn't watch too much of the game. I'm going to be totally honest with you, lads. I watched more of Australia versus Turkey, but it was just I'm not. People are saying Scotland are dark horses. That's what Nutmeg Nation just said. I wouldn't say that. I think they're going to be a third place team in this group, and they'll get knocked out in the round of 32.
I think Scotland were really poor yesterday. Haiti literally staked their claim and showed why they deserve to actually be at this World Cup. They played the better football, like in possession, out of possession. They gave Scotland a game. I don't think Scotland expected this one bit. Like I could go as far as saying Haiti was actually robbed. Like they should have had 1 or 2 penalties, bro. Blatant. I think it was Hanley or something. One where the guy from Haiti kicks the ball. The guy literally puts his hand towards the ball like this, and still they go to VAR and say nothing. So in that process, I'm looking at it. How is something clear and obvious of a clear handball with your hand going towards the ball not a penalty? I think they were robbed. Could have been easily a 1-1. And going to Scotland's goal, it was a heavy deflection which they got a goal, and wasn't a clear goal that scored. So very lucky from Scotland's point of view, but I would feel heartfelt for Haiti because they were very unlucky.
Yeah, I would agree. But obviously, that the most important thing is the fact that Scotland got the win, and it makes them now sit top in a group with Brazil and Morocco. Obviously, Haiti gave them pressure, and the big dogs still have to be played, right, with Brazil and Morocco. Do you think Scotland might just say, okay, you know what, we had a tough game here, let's dust ourselves off, let's take the lessons, and maybe they can even, because now they can afford to draw one of the Brazil and Morocco games. Let's
I
not
wouldn't.
stand
I
no
wouldn't say
chance.
that. I wouldn't say that. I think if anything, if you go into a game expecting to draw, don't be surprised if you lose.
Yeah, no, true. That is that they can afford to draw. No, they can afford to draw.
Yeah, they can afford it.
Yeah.
They again, if you get 4 points, that's you through, basically.
Yeah,
So
They
I
should,
mean,
they
who
should
are
It'll
go
be
for
interesting.
every game, bro. Just
yeah,
go
they
for
should.
it.
Who are they facing?
unlike a specific
next?
nation in the south of Africa.
Yeah, but Scotland. I'm sorry, Scotland's not South Africa. They're playing Morocco next. That could be interesting.
Yeah, I think that's obviously the toughest team in the group.
Yeah.
Morocco.
Yeah.
I would say so.
It all
I
depends
think
on how
they're
they come
favorites
out
to.
of that.
I think they're favorites to be first. The thing is, I wasn't sure again whether Morocco would be mentally affected by what happened with the AFCON, with all the drama, everything. But this is probably the weakest that Brazil will look throughout this tournament because they're still trying to figure out their best team, in my opinion. So if Carlo can adjust, which he will, throughout this tournament, we could see a Brazil team that are very different to the one that we watched. So that's kind of the thing. Them getting the first crack at Brazil, it was a good time to face them.
Pav, I think the reason though for Morocco not feeling the after effects of that purely on the basis they got a new coach, they got new players also into the squad. So most of them haven't felt what those ones in the past felt, especially with the coach. Straight after they lost the final, the guy left. He didn't even wait around or anything. He just left straight away. So
That's a good
employing a
point.
new coach, employing a new coach probably mentality-wise creates a new atmosphere, a positive atmosphere in the camp, and for them to start and go again.
Yeah, it's a culture reset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. That's actually a good point.
And then the last game to review, right? Australia versus Turkey. The Tom Garrett dark horse train still continues. Ever since he said Turkey's dark horse is back in 2021 for the Euros, Turkey have been shed, bro. 28 shots to Australia's 8, but Australia walk away 2-0 winners. 63% possession for Turkey, only 37 for Australia. But let's unpack it. Pav, what did you make of the game? Australia 2, Turkey 0.
I thought that Turkey were going to have the opposite result. I thought they were going to win 2-0. I then saw that Kenan Yildiz was still on the bench, so I got a bit of a bad feeling. But Australia sat back and they counterattacked, but they did it the right way. They were technically secure. They weren't having rough touches. Whenever they did get the ball, you could see that they had that ability to play with each other, unlike with Paraguay. Paraguay thought that the ball was some foreign object. Oh, what's this? I've never seen this before. But Australia was the opposite. They played with a confidence and a comfort in the way that they played. They had some players like Inankunda, even Boss, their left back, very athletic players with a lot of guile, and it played in their hands. Turkey, on the other hand, I thought in the first half especially played so slow in so much of their football. The only one that was willing to penetrate centrally was Arda Güler. He was the only one that was trying to interplay, trying to kind of create these moves in around the box, these give and goes that would unlock Australia's defense. But other than him, Turkey just didn't have anything. I thought that Yilmaz was poor. I thought that, what's his name? Kerem Atatürkoğlu was poor. Kökçü was poor.
Man.
Yeah, he should have. But Kökçü was poor. I would have instead just started Can Uzun from the jump. Just let him, Güler, and Yildiz build. Right, be that middle three, that left wing, right wing cam combination. But yeah, just in general, Turkey were slow. They were poor. I don't know who they face. They face Paraguay next, and they face US in the final game. So if they can beat Paraguay, then they have a chance at winning the group. But
Low-key,
Australia,
that Paraguay game
yeah,
is probably difficult for them going into it. Because Paraguay will probably learn their lesson. And now them coming off a loss, it's going to be interesting in that game.
it very much depends on, I guess, how are they going to react, right? Are they going to try and still be defensive? Are they going to try and expand more? Are they just, is the occasion, did it get to them? The Paraguay team, which it 100% did. It 100% did. So since the atmosphere will be different, we'll see. But Turkish fans travel well.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, but even Australia, if Australia can nick a result against the US, if they can play resolute the way that they did today, who knows?
Yeah.
We could see a fairy tale story for them. And they sacked their coach 2 games into the qualifiers. And Tony Popovic has put together a great game plan that really, exemplifies their strengths.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Australia obviously do have World Cup reputation as well. So I don't think it's out of the ordinary to say that they could, top the group.
They do,
Who
but
knows?
I think it was. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna top the group. But I think the US.
I'm telling you, bro. They can draw it to
The US have it in
win
them.
Uruguay, Paraguay.
No, I think
I think the US is going to be in for a treat against Turkey. That's my opinion.
That could be a game, yeah. I think that's going to be a solid shout. Australia, though, certainly they stake their claim why they should also be at the World Cup. Like they were more clinical than anything. That's what I was impressed with.
Yeah.
They took the opportunities, and in Kunda, we've watched this guy like from 15. I don't know how much you watched of him, Noaz. I'm sure Pav has watched a bit of him also. But yeah, we watched this guy from 15 playing in the national team from like 17 years of age. So growing up with all these guys, imagine that, a World Cup dream, scoring the first goal for your country. Bro, that would probably be like such a beautiful moment for you.
What a great goal as well. What an incredible take. Congratulations to him. Great story as well.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So that now wraps up our reviews. We're going to just touch on a couple of the games still to come from now until Tuesday. For us, 3:00 in the morning. For Pav, duffers. But now we're just going to touch on it real quick.
Not.
Yeah, the schedule is favorable for him for this World Cup. Shame he did probably suffer for other World Cups like Qatar.
You know what?
Qatar
Qatar was decent. We would just be in our uni classes just watching the matches, but it was okay.
At least for us, it's in the morning. Your World Cup. But let's talk about some of the games. So we gave our Germany Curacao predictions as well. We're gonna touch on the games. You can give some opinions, any players to watch out for, and then just a score prediction. Let's go through them, right? So we have another game obviously tonight: Netherlands versus Japan. Japan coming in as quite a number of people's dark horses as well. I've heard a couple of shouts saying Japan, can make a deep run into his World Cup. Obviously, people looking at their form heading into his World Cup, beating some established countries as well, and winning a good amount of games now into this. Obviously, they sit in a group with the Netherlands, like we know, Sweden, which is like a box of chocolates. We don't really know what we're going to expect until it happens, until the ball is kicked in. Tunisia as well. So let's talk about this game in particular, though. Start off with Mac. Netherlands, Japan. What's your expectations heading into this game?
I think tactically, it's going to be a brilliant watch. Japan is going to offer something that I don't think Netherlands would expect in the slightest. But on the other hand, I want to see how Netherlands go and attack this game. The first game of the World Cup. Go on.
Hey, a player that we said to watch out for in this Germany-Curacao game just scored. Felix Mika.
There we go.
7 minutes into it. It's crazy.
Yeah, good take. No, it's a good
Well
goal.
done, Pap.
I had to slip that one in. So you know what? Clip that up.
Yeah, fast.
Yeah.
Actually.
Most definitely. But yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what Netherlands offer. Because to be honest, I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't watched Netherlands in terms of international football recently. So I honestly don't know what they're going to offer. They're probably going to play a 3 in the back with wing backs going forward. Dumfries on one side, and on the other, who's the left wing back?
It might be Jorel Hato, to be honest. But I don't know. They got a couple options. Also, Vert's got the assist.
My brother.
Brilliant.
Vicky van der Ven also had some experience playing left back as well.
Oh, yeah, you play part of the 3. So I don't know really what to expect from the Netherlands. But I think they should just be careful of Japan and what they have to offer.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, no, I agree as well. I mean, Japan, lots of people are saying in terms of structure, the not so technical part as well. The unity in this team it's always been there. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not Japan can keep their discipline against Netherlands in terms of which country has players that have individual moments of brilliance. Yeah, obviously Netherlands are better.
Yeah. Don't forget, last World Cup though, 2022, they beat Spain and Germany. So
Very, very fair
Netherlands are
point.
gonna be in for a treat.
Them
That's gonna
missing
be interesting.
Mitoma. Yeah, them missing Mitoma, them missing Endo though is a big bunch of losses.
Big miss, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have to be careful
The
about that.
Mitoma one is massive.
And Endo.
And
honestly.
the end of the news of like you're not just missing him for this World Cup, but your captain has announced retirement. It's like the big one, from international
Yeah.
football. So what's everybody's predictions then heading into this game? Netherlands versus Japan.
I was gonna say 2-2, but the more I think about it, again, those two big losses, I'm still gonna, I'm gonna say 2-2. I'm gonna stick with that.
I was gonna go with a 1-0 win for Japan. Japan is gonna edge it late into it.
Oof. My dark horses in the beginning where the predictions video was Netherlands. So I'm gonna have to back my boys and I'm gonna say it hasn't been a free scoring World Cup yet. I don't think Netherlands are gonna let the floodgates open. So I'm gonna say even if it's just 1-0 Netherlands. Yeah, 1-0 Netherlands.
Like,
gonna be tight.
like the diversity here, man.
Lovely. Let's talk about Ivory Coast versus Ecuador now, because Ivory Coast and Ecuador also. Prem is ready for this one. They'll be
waiting.
watching the game.
Waiting in the
currently.
wings.
Germany obviously took the lead 1-0, but now Ecuador and Ivory Coast will only be playing tomorrow for us, but later this evening, I'm assuming, for Pav. So yeah, let's talk about Ivory Coast, Ecuador. I'll hand it over to Pav first.
I will be missing most of this game because I'll be playing football. The problem is it is raining like crazy outside, so maybe it'll get canceled. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, right? We'll see how it goes. I'm super excited for this game because it's between the two dark horses of the tournament. Ivory Coast having a lot of offense and Ecuador being a very defensively resolute team. My big, question for Ecuador is they lack so much up front. Are they going to be able to keep teams off of them if they offer so little? Now, defensively, they obviously have a great set of players. Hincapié, Pacho, Ordóñez, Pervis Estupiñán is serviceable for the national team. They got Moises Caicedo in there. So that's just a great assembly of players. Again, the big doubt is how good are Ivory Coast's attacking options as well? Because there's a lot of hype about Yan Diomande, but there's also a lot of people that say he needs time to develop still. He's not the finished product. He's not this 100 million player. So I think this is going to be a really important showcase. Do Ivory Coast actually have the talent assembled to overcome this resolute Ecuador team? So it's that clash of styles. I love it. I want to see it. Please, Milton Adult Soccer League, postpone this game so I can watch it.
Where are you going to be playing tonight also, by the way? Striker again.
Striker again. I'm the team starting striker. I didn't score in the last game just because we faced a really good team. Like I barely got any chances. They were really good. They'd been playing together for multiple years. They were able to pass it around. Just a lot of respect to them. But I'm looking to bounce back with a couple goals today. So
interesting. I wish I could be watching that game as
maybe
well.
Pav will be like the Neil Kennedy of USA.
No, I don't have that capacity. I don't have the capacity, man. Don't put me in. Keep me away. Keep me far away from any professional football.
Let's talk score predictions though. Marc, we'll start off with you. Ivory Coast.
Listen, one point though, I think you touched on Ivory Coast being almost the same level as Morocco. I think they miles apart, bro. Honestly, with Ivory Coast, you don't know what you're gonna get. It's gonna be it's like a hot and cold moment with them. They can either be the best on their day, like I think the last friendly they beat South Korea or something 4-0. But then on the other hand, they can go draw to like one stupid nation, like 1-1 or something. But I think I'm gonna back Ivory Coast here to beat Ecuador 2-1.
2-1. I want to say there's a draw here. I think both teams I see as having a similar level. So I'm going to say 1-1. And Pav?
I'm going to say this is going to be a draw too. I'm going to say 0-0. I'm going to say
I can
0-0.
see that happening too.
It can, yeah.
I'm going to go for a 0-0. I think Ecuador, the only win they're going to get in this group is going to be against Curacao.
Ooh. All
That's
right.
what I think.
Good stuff. Let's then let's just go over to the next game. The next game is going to be Sweden versus Tunisia. Now Sweden, a lot of people are excited to see this partnership. Will it even be a partnership of Cucurella and Isak?
I think they do play together.
Probably.
Okay, it'll be interesting now, like that, because Isak's last goal for Sweden, it looked like it was quite a good goal. Throwing the defender wide, cutting in, taking a shot, curling in far corner. Like, is Isak gonna at least try and tell the world, or remind the world to be like, I am this world-class striker, guys. Don't forget about me. I have an exciting season coming up next season. What's gonna happen?
I think against Tunisia they'll win. They'll get like a 2-0. Something like that.
I think they're going to be too strong for Tunisia. I think they win like 4-0. Tunisia are not on the same level as Sweden. Tunisia are a bit, I don't want to say bad, but I need to look for a euphemism for useless. So yeah, let's go down.
They naturally are used to sitting back. That is the one kind of thing that they have going for them is they're not deviating from their style. But I don't know. With Sweden, the reason why I kind of underrate them so much is also their form throughout qualifying was so poor, but they did do well in the playoff rounds.
I'm going to back this comment.
On the other hand, Tunisia, they don't have anything to offer. So that's why I don't really have any basis or any legs to stand on to back them.
Yeah, I hear it. Okay, let's go over then to a game that's, it's like I said already, there's so much potential in this game. On and off the pitch, right? Spain versus Cape Verde. Spain, I have them as my predicted winners for this entire World Cup. So surely they lose their first game. Run it back to 2010.
You know what? I think a draw might be in order. I think it could be a banana peel. I think that considering all these debutants in this tournament, I think Cabo Verde is one of the strongest. And it's still tentative whether Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal are going to start, right? If they start and they're fully fit, okay, different story. But if not, I think the potential is definitely there for Cabo Verde to nick a result.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Pav to some degree. But I think Spain will also edge it like 3-1.
I also think I want to say 3-1 as well. I think Spain, obviously, Lamine Yamal just elevates them like to a whole another stratosphere. But I think Spain, in terms of just like system-wise, the midfield, even I'm very interested to see. Okay, Unai Simon did get called up, right? David Raya as well. I want to know who's starting tomorrow night.
You know what's funny about that question?
Yeah.
All the videos going around is Raya in goals and he taking shots against you. Literally, all the Spain videos going on. So
surely David Raya starts. Finally gets his start.
He better.
But you can't call it. With the Spanish coach, I think it's the hardest ever lineup. You can any Spanish coach in football, you can never predict what they're going to go for. They're always going to do something out of the box. So you can never predict this.
I rate that. I rate that though from them.
Yeah, but I hope David Raya starts because you know what, he's earned it. 3 years of consistently, showing up for Arsenal between these two World Cups. So, and in my opinion, like he is a very good goalkeeper. Like a lot of people say that Arteta has this low block system and it protects him more and stuff. But he's had moments where he had to step up and he stepped up for Arsenal. So I'm going to give him credit.
It's just so much confidence that he instills in everybody. He's never going to cost you a game. And then on top of that, he's so proactive as well whenever he comes out. He's really a top goalkeeper.
Yeah. Did all of us give our predictions for Spain?
I'm still going to back him. What do I have for them? I'm still going to back him. I'm still going to say like 3-1. Don't be
So all
surprised.
of us are in the quarters.
All of us went through it. Yeah. All of us
Okay.
got a couple birthday scoring at least.
Okay, you know what? I'll be different. I'll say 1-1.
Oh my goodness.
I'll say
You did start off
1-1.
by saying a
Just,
draw is in order.
yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. I can't go on that whole tangent and then back out last second. I'm gonna go 1-1. Just to
Alright.
get egg on
And
my
then-
face.
And then we got Belgium versus Egypt. I think Mac was saying something of like Egypt not obviously winning any World Cup game.
Egypt have never won a World Cup game. They've made it all the way to a quarterfinals before without winning a game.
Oh
That's
my
crazy.
goodness.
They haven't won. Even Bafana won 2 games, and these not they haven't won a game.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, in Belgium, Belgium are always going to regret those years when they had a prime Lukaku, Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, that they didn't win anything with that team. Does this team give you any sort of confidence to say, okay, you know what, they can still make it at least to the quarterfinals?
Their draw is very favorable, both in terms of the group that they're in and in terms of if they get out and they're the top team in the group, they don't face a superpower right away. So the possibility is definitely there for them to get to the quarterfinals. I think from there, because then you have Spain. So, but I think that they definitely have the capacity to make it to the quarters. They've got a good enough team. I think that's the other thing is you look at some of these other teams. We talked about Brazil and them having such a poor infrastructure. They've still got some, good defenders. They've got Tielemans. They've got Onana in that midfield. They've got some pieces where they can kind of supplement their attacking players, especially Jeremy Doku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremy
It's been
Doku,
his season so far, so
Yeah. So I'm interested to hear your boys' score predictions. Let's start off with Mac. Mac, do you think Belgium walk away with the win here?
I don't think Egypt win, but I also think it's gonna be a tough game for Belgium. Egypt have some players that are stuck in, so it will be a tough game. But I'm gonna go for Belgium. No, let's go Belgium to win this 3-2.
Oh, interesting. I'm gonna go for a draw, right? Mohamed Salah playing currently for Free Agent FC. I wonder if he's gonna tap the badge. I think it'll be 1-1. 1-1.
I'm gonna say 1-0.
To Belgium. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. All right. Moving on then to our second last one. Let's start off with Iran, New Zealand, actually, because that still stays within Group G. So, yeah, Belgium, Egypt, Iran, New Zealand. Iran, obviously, there's so many complications that we can get into the whole politics of how their team is only going to arrive on the day and then leave the same day and all that crazy stuff. But from a pure footballing perspective, do you think Iran get the job done here easily against New Zealand?
I think they have enough. I think New Zealand are by far the least seeded team at this World Cup, we should say. I don't think they have enough firepower to go over the line. I know they got Tim Payne, got over 1.4 million followers in the last few weeks. But other than that, I don't see them making that same rise as him. So I'm going to go with Iran to 2-0.
Yeah, I back it. Iran to win 2-0. Pav?
I'm gonna say 1-0. Curacao just scored. Covencia scored. My boy. Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Woo!
Hey, you watch this. I wish you just
Let's
hear.
go. It's a good goal too. It's a good goal. That's my boy.
Let me put the TV on here to actually go and check.
Nawaz, you gotta clip that up. You gotta clip that up for the shorts, man. You have to.
Okay, let me timestamp this.
Let's go.
Did you have it down for when we talked about the game too?
Yeah. I've been making notes the whole time.
Okay.
Curacao versus Germany. Oh, it's versus Germany, right? So that was around the 10th minute, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we talked about that first. What's happening on my TV?
Neuer had a bit of a stinker there. Oh, it took a
typical
weird
Neuer.
bounce. It took a weird bounce.
Typical Neuer.
Oh, crap. A penalty.
Penalty.
Oh, shit. I thought it was going to be a penalty. Nah, it's offside. I thought it was going to be a penalty. Bro, I didn't even know Locadia plays for them. What the hell? Do you remember Locadia?
It's
who's that?
Comenencia. It's Comenencia.
He used to play for Villa, Locadia, a friend.
Sure.
He was that guy with the heavy tattoos and that African guy. Okay.
I'm ball knowledge is terrible, man. Don't expose me there.
Yeah, that's not a penalty.
Sorry, broski, but yeah, I thought they were going to get a penalty for the offside.
All right.
Missed the goal even.
We'll finish off with the last game, and then we can call it. Then we can probably watch the rest of the game as well. So Saudi Arabia, Uruguay. Obviously, they part of Group H, and that is going to be the same group that has Spain and Cape Verde. So Saudi Arabia, they obviously had their moment in the last World Cup, and they could have any moments again in this World Cup. Uruguay, their team, obviously, every year people say good structure, good players, don't really go that far. But in this game in particular, what's the score predictions going to be?
Mac, I'm going to let you go first.
All right. I'm going to go off Nawaz's comment, okay? Uruguay are a very dangerous team. Probably top 2, but without the ball. Not with the ball.
Yeah.
And then Saudi Arabia, I don't know what to expect from them, honestly. They're another hot and cold team. I'm going to go Uruguay to win the game 1-0.
I'm going to go 1-1. I think that Uruguay are going to draw every game in this group.
Ooh, okay.
Bold.
That's a bold one. Yeah, I'm also going to go Uruguay to win 1-0. No, 2-1. I can see Saudi scoring. Maybe they even open up the scoring. I can see it.
The other thing, if they get a free kick or something, Al-Dosari, sometimes he can pull a madness. So, it's possible. I can see that happen. I'll stick to 1-0.
All right. Okay, boys and girls, that's going to be our show for today. I hope you guys had an amazing watch, and hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the World Cup games that will still be happening later tonight. I've been the corner flag. We have Mac Saeed, who will be signing us off as well. Mac, anything to say?
Lovely to be here. Make a cheers to a whole lot more a lot more sleep, I should say, for all these games. But yeah, can't wait for the rest of the World Cup. Can't wait for the big matches. Basically, those are the ones we're looking forward to.
Once the knockout,
so what? What Curacao can do today? It's 1-1. So can they close it out against the Germans?
Ooh.
Is it gonna be an upset? Looking forward to it.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting.
Thanks, boys.
And Pav, any closing remarks?
I'm so happy for Comenencia, man. I'm so happy. My football manager brother. Incredible goal. What a moment for Curacao. I hope they can hold on. So I'm going to watch and just be filled with pride for Curacao. I have no connection to them whatsoever, but wow, what a moment.
Pav, I think Blue Coach should just employ you as a scout.
Genuine.
Don't get me started. I don't want to think about Blue Coat today. I don't want to think about Chelsea for the next month and a half. They don't exist. It's the only day I'll talk about them. I'm not here to chat about Cucurella.
But thank you. We appreciate your time. Lovely stuff, boys. We're gonna wrap it up. See you guys again on Tuesday, the 16th. We will be reviewing all of the games we've just previewed, and we will then be previewing some big games. One of the biggest in the group stages, France versus Senegal, that same evening as well. So make sure you guys join us again Tuesday at around plus minus 8 p.m. cat. So yeah, make sure you guys join us for that. Signing off for now. Enjoy your evening.
Bye, guys.